Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is me in my zone in the morning, and I wanted to share with you my why. There's been several groups that I've been in. Yesterday was a peach, but where I get to share about my journey, and that journey is not often shared out on my homepage, on my main page, and I realized, do people really know or get to know why I'm so passionate and have such a viewpoint on which people can live their lives more fully and without, I like to say, without what people want to call having excuses hold them back. Doesn't mean that you don't get to have your reasons in your life. You can hold on to them as long as you decide you want to carry that story, that narrative. But it doesn't have to direct the life you get to experience. It doesn't have to be a part of it. The reason I say this is because I have several friends, dear and close friends, that are millionaires. And I will tell you, I think all of us should give ourselves the opportunity to be millionaires, because it's really not that much extra in and above what I see other people who live their lives at the most basic level get to do. But so they have their limitations. They have their limiting beliefs. They run stuff by me to get perspective on. And I feel like, yo, I ain't where you at. How you asking me? But it's because we all hold our certain limits or stories or things that help to define the power of the position and station that we're in. So for myself, personally, I like to see it as I come from a middle class immigrant family. So my family, I want to say middle class. Yeah, we'll call it that. My families, so on my mom and dad's side, come from Jamaica. And their families owned the hillside that they lived on. And so many of the people that are still there are my relatives, which is hundreds of people coming down one hill. Somehow we're distantly related, okay? But because of not knowing about finances or whatever value of property, etc., they would sell off bits of that land over time. And to the point where there's one property, I think one or two, that are still really held within my family's more directly, care and stewardship. And from that space, a lot of that mindset of not knowing, carried over into my life, along with other things. So there have been other experiences of abuses and, we'll say, mistreatment, dysfunction, that I grew up with, and put me in a space of not feeling safe, not being able to express myself, not being celebrated, and often taken away from things I was very passionate and loved doing. For example, figure skating, gymnastics. As soon as I was excelling in any of these things, oh, that's going to get expensive. I got yanked out of it. Even acting, right? I got pulled out of productions. And just, I find it interesting. But that still kind of sits with me in my subconscious to where I'm working through a limit in which has a ceiling and feels like it keeps me and motivates me to not be held down by it, limited. However, as I make my way through it, I find that I'm somehow brought back down in some capacity, either through my personal self-sabotage or all of a sudden the resonance of those around me or the attitudes, whatever, because I'm changing. They're not necessarily agreeing with that, and I get the pushback or experience. And it's funny. So this is why I can say that I understand what people go through. And I know that a lot of us experience this, but not to say I'm special or anything. I am, but so are all of you. All of you are special. All of us get to be special. And so in it, I was born premature, and with it came complications. I experienced, as I now know, from my doctors, my more holistic doctors, a lot of my symptoms, experiences, and stuff reflect that I was vaccine harmed, which they tie into the fact that I was vaccinated at schedule, but not at biological age, because I was born 2 months premature. I was given shots I shouldn't have been at the biological age that I was. And that has probably caused a lot of the stuff that I experience at a health challenge level. So, sensitivities, allergies. Now, of course, if we look at the more other teachings, energetics, and higher aspects, great. It's by choice. It's, I can align myself out of that. I feel I'm not at that level of belief yet. Working on it. Seeing how that changes. I get it. I see it intellectually. But in my experience, I'm not there yet. However, what I am experiencing is the fact that I allow for possibility. I allow for self-acceptance. I allow for loving myself more each and every day. I allow for clearing the slate from the day before so I can begin each day new. I love, period. And this is coming from experiencing so much hatred and opposition and from at the family level all the way out into society with people exuding racial slurs and restrictions on me to where it even affected my university degree. I was being racially profiled and limited. I'm amazed. I am amazed that these things get to happen. But how do we experience coming out of being underneath the influence of them so that we can continue to live our lives more fully, so we can realize and experience and love living up on the dreams that we hold dear to our hearts, that we don't cancel ourselves out of our life prematurely because we anticipate experiencing the opposition on the other side. It's not worth it to cut ourselves short. That's why I advocate. I experience allergies, sensitivities to this day. I am not willing to let them stop me from living my life, being out in public, experiencing people. I have my safeguards with me. I carry them around. I make sure that I know how to use them, how to navigate accordingly, heal as quickly and efficiently as possible. Like all these things so that I can live my life, so that I can continue. We never get it done anyhow, but I want to be in the process of continuing to go after my dreams, to know that I am not going to give up on living me fully. And I want the same for other people. I'm currently working on a joy course. There's many levels. So I've got entry level, I've got everybody's got a different level. If they want to go deeper, it's there. Now to put it on platform and all these things so people can access, right? I could say that I'd like to share it as a course, as going through. However, I want to make sure people get access to this information. And I know that my current situation still offers interruption at a level I'm not comfortable with. I'm okay with that because I know it's changing. I know it's changing. And with that said, I want it to be in a space of ease. This is my desire. But I think I'm going to have to go for the messy middle. So, keeping that in mind, within the next few months, all these things are coming out because that is the course that I'm at that point. And so, if you're interested, let me know. I have the freebies, I have the other information ready to go. And what I really want to share is I love to hear from all of you, your support, your journeys, your stories, because you know what? Those are keys that are helping you to feel irritated enough in your life that you're still here. It lets me know you're still here. If you're still here, it's because your desire is still there. You still want it. I've been to that edge as well, to let it all go. In my near-death experiences, and I've come back several times. Childbirth, etc. People trying to take my life, run me down. That's fun. Anyways, we get to choose. And if you're still here, you are choosing to live. And you hold a possibility for wanting to live it a little more fully. You want to experience that dream. I know it because you're here. And so that's the part that I see in each and every person who's still living, who's even frustrated and walking around all, I see their desire to still want to live. And I love it. So good on you for being here. If you're hearing this, congratulations. I'm going to pin this post at the top. And I am continuing. And I desire the gift of experiencing more of my life this year as well. And I am so excited to be able to share that with you coming very soon. So stay tuned. Love you all. Have a good day.